Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to a Tuesday edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. How you doing? Since this sounds like a radio, all right, welcome to Awesomecallstrading.com. Hey, well, tomorrow it begins. Today it was a slight little taste of the banks and Goldman and the earnings and then a couple stocks, United Healthcare, but tomorrow after the bell, it is on. Welcome to Netflix. And I'm going to tell you, if I told everyone to buy that stock, close it out at 280 to 285 prior. If they do miss and or their competition's too much and Reed says something, Reed, he's a friend of mine, and the stock pulls to 250, you can thank me for that nice 30-point run before the earnings. If it pops, great. It should pop to 300, 310, and then sell off, depending what he says. So, and after that, it's on. It is on. Earnings, text, whatever you want, whatever you got, whatever you do, it's on. It's beautiful. All right, today we had some really good trades today. It was a lot of fun. Enjoyed it. A lot of great plays today. Want to give a shout out to Zach Morris on his feed, trader I follow. Credible caller on small cap. He nailed WWR yesterday at 270 on some news. It was a tiny float, former runner. This morning, the news actually came out. It was regarding they were taking delivery of a shipment of concentrate. I was going to say concrete on some graphite concentrate. So somebody's had some sprinkled dust and delivered it to their porch, and all of a sudden the stock was worth 100% more. Stupid, 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 stupid. You can even spell stupid. 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 I mean, that's like somebody taking a bag of groceries and dropping it at your house and then saying the bag of groceries is worth $6 billion because I dropped it at your house. What the fuck? Don't drop it at my house then, Bring me the cash. My point is it was stupid. But even stupid can run. In our society, in our trading world, the way it is today, stupid stocks run on stupid shit. So what I have to do is anticipate where the stock will stop and where the stock will just die. So two for your small cap traders, these two were for you today. We just slammed these two today. It was incredible. Here, I'll show you these two. WWR and BME. Now, BME was running yesterday on uh, on SES. These two were running yesterday really nice. On SES, we ran to 26, and I called it and said, okay, it wasn't going to go up anymore, and the stock died from there. And WWR, these were our two small cap ones in our chat room today. I didn't need to do any hanging fruit and drop leaves on a branch and then walk in the woods. It was just pretty much slam dunk. I knew what they were going to do and why. They might pop while I'm talking because I got like 15, 16 chat rooms in here now just copying. Last time I talked for 5 minutes, the stock ran to 7, and they realized I wasn't playing it, and it dropped to 450. So anyway, if you see it moving, so don't worry. Anyway, WWR was stupid. So I put it on my list as our this morning. My timeline was around right here, about 5:45. I tweeted out, "This is going to make our list today." I walked in the room 5 minutes later. I put on my list. This was going to be our number one pick. I said the stock would run all the way to $9, 8.50 to 9, and when it does, it most likely will get tired. Lower lows will set in, and the stock will fade. Why will it fade? Because the news was stupid. And this is exactly what we did. Ran it to 9, and we just faded the stock. Slam dunk, and ifs. By tomorrow, stock will be back a little under 4 and just fade off. BME. BME was a good play today, okay? It was actually a good play yesterday. It was brought to our attention, I think, by Florin. He brought this trade in. Today it was gapping up. It actually gapped down considerable and then ran. Well, on that, this was all done in pre-market. For me, I made it very clear on my pre-market notes to everyone, do not long BME. This is our number 2 pick unless the stock hit 12.50. If it did not hit 12.50 with a significant buyer, this was not going to run. Then I was looking for a $9 pull and a gap fill. And that's what I was looking for. So once it snapped the full gap fill at 9, it was on. And it just came down to $5. And you could see it double bottom. It was a really wonderful trade. Well done. Really happy with the trade. Well called out. The next one that we did was Ambarella. Ambarella was a really nice trade along with NVIDIA. These two were really good plays for us today. And let me just kind of go over them. NVIDIA got, now in our chat room, in Awesome Calls Trading, you are taught what analysts to really pay attention to. And there's a handful, there's a group of them you need to be very, very, very focused on. And NVIDIA was given by a tier 1 analyst. The tier 1 analyst didn't put a buy rating, but upped the price to 250 from 225. That is very significant on a $180, $190 stock. So I told the traders, you might get a slight pullback to maybe 188, 189. If it doesn't come, once it roars out, breaks 190, you should smack it all the way to 195 or more. Well, the stock had it ran. The payday was right here at one. I wanted 195 at the open, and I was right. It was a nice 3.5, 4 point. I caught a nice about a 1.5 on the pop out of the gate. I was absolutely 100% right. I nailed it. I wanted 195. I wrote it down. It consolidated, kept the flag up, and then it just took off in the middle of the afternoon and ran up. It was a wonderful, wonderful trade, especially if you wanted to make money in the first 2 minutes of the opening bell. And I was live trading it. It was amazing. The next trade that we did was Ambarella. Now, Ambarella is interesting because less than 10 days ago, there was news that there were two companies that were going to get blacklisted from the U.S. And these companies, one of them was related to did business with Ambarella. So Ambarella got smacked from $58 that day, and Raw went all the way down to $48.70. We were a buyer in the chat room to go at 49 long to $53, and the stock did exactly that. It hit 53. I told the traders to buy the weakness and made it very clear you could buy 50, 55, 57, 58 calls if you want. The stock will rebound. I felt very strongly that Ambarella would come out with a statement or those two companies would be not blacklisted. So therefore, I called for a long. I stayed my thesis on a long. I never called for a short on the stock whatsoever. And you can see it hit almost $57 a share today. And then on that one alone, that also worked really well because the way we played it today from a day trading standpoint, we called for a short at 56 to 54 and a bottom curl and go long. You could not lose on that trade whatsoever. So it was a great one, whether you day traded it or you swung it. Okay. The next trade we did today was RITA. This was a magnificent play today. Now, this one we had to be careful because when you get a phase 2 primary endpoint met on a really good, what do you call it, a medication or disease or something that really matters in our world, a phase 2 primary endpoint gets really pushed. And we anticipated this. We didn't really want to go heavy short. What we were looking for on RITA was a pop at the open towards 155, 160, because we figured we might get a squeeze. It's already up 50 points, so let's not go in there and try to short it now in case we get a squeeze. If it doesn't, and it starts to pull, we needed to snap 144. And if you look how we wrote the notes this morning, the room was very, very focused on that it needed to hit 144 and it needed to snap. If it did that, we were most likely going to get probably a 7-8 point pull or more. If it didn't snap, chances are it would probably bottom curl and make another move to the upside. So we were all over being very cautious. Once it turned around, I did not long this stock until it broke out here. Then I played it here and I caught this one here. Oh my God, you should see me in the room. I just swallowed my tongue because when RITA runs, it runs. And as you can see, it ran all the way. Now, I was thinking 160 already in pre-market would probably hit. And it just, it literally just took an extra 20 minutes to about an hour and a half to hit the 160 that we were looking for. My goal was, I felt it was still a 160 stock. And then the upgrades started coming, and then Citi plowed on with their 200 and something $40 price target. So I think they'll do an offering up here. I think it was a great call. Um, I like the call because we were really on point on that one. Another trade we did today was called PAGS. Now, PAGS is an offering, which 99% of you chat rooms out there will not trade. It's unfortunate that your chat room doesn't trade offerings, and that's because the mods don't want to teach you stuff like that. PAGS is a really interesting trade, and the reason why this one worked and why it made our list and why it's so good. PAGS, there's 3 steps to an offering, and I discuss that in my 101. Okay, and I really go over. There's 3 steps into an offering. This was basically step 1, and they put out a file that they're going to put out, I think, 16 million shares and dump on the open market to raise cash. There's no pricing on the stock, so the stock was gapping down significant already in pre-market, so 43 from 46. I calculated based on just what I was looking at that the stock would probably pull to 38, and I wanted you to long it and bounce it. And that was the call, 38, 39. And mad props to Ollie. Ollie, I believe, shorted the stock based off my notes and his notes. It was a great trade for him. He made $249. I was so impressed with his video today, how he described the setup, and that when he looked at my notes, he knew he had room to 38, and he played it perfectly, and he shorted at 42, a tad under 42, and he caught this whole short. If you would have done 500 shares, you would have made about $1,800 in a blink. It was just a great, great short idea. But I had it to go to 38. Brandy K in the chat room saw it basing. She called it out. Give her mad props for that. I did play it on a quick bounce. I got a few bucks on it, but if I would have stayed the full route, it hit almost 41 a share. So mad props to Brandy for calling it out in the chat room. But I did hit on my pre-market notes. I did mention that PAGS would hit 38 to 39 and then bounce 3 to 4 points, which would have been about 41 off of 38. If you take 37 and 4, that's 41. Either way, I nailed it. Perfection. The trade of the day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The trade of the day. And believe me, we have them in here. The call of the day. The unbelievableness of the day. The call, whatever you want to say it. For me, this is trade of the year. I have one or two that I pick and go. If somebody goes, what was the best trade that you've ever done? Or best call? Today was it. Today was it. And I'm going to show you. Now, it wasn't like a breakout for 90 points. It wasn't a small cap went 3 to 8, okay, that I can run all day because that's the standard of what I do, okay? I want something that is so unique, so different, so off the wall that it really tests my skill level as a day trader and as a caller in the chat room to be able to set up a trade. I want you to imagine for a moment, okay? First of all, you never traded this stock before. So let's just take a stock you've never traded before. They did a phase 2 primary study, primary endpoint met. Stock is running in pre-market thin, up 18 points already. So you're at $11 stock the previous day, and all of a sudden you're staring and the stock is at 30. Now, I want you to, before the market opens, you have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of traders that come into Act Chat. They want to know, how are you going to trade that stock? Okay, where's it going to go? There's no analyst on the call. There's nobody upgrading the call. This is just you and me, baby. It's you and me. It's you and me. We're playing chess, and I'm the fucking king. Okay, and I'm going to king me. All right. So this is where my 16 years really spots a shine. Okay. On this particular call, it was gapping up at 30. I predicted the stock was going to hit 35 at the open, so it was going to pop another 5 more. From there, it was going to pull. It was going to pull all the way down to 22 and under. Then, on top of that 22, it was going to basically grind between 22 and 25 for the most of the day. In other words, 1, it was not going to gap fill. 2, I was telling you where it was going to pretty much stop and grind out. The reason the grind out This is these people are going to do an offering within today or within 48 hours of the bell today. Watch. Either it's going to happen today, and you'll see one of our great people that follow me on Twitter will probably go, there's the offering, AJ. They'll probably do a 2 million offering, maybe a 3 million offering at 20 a share and raise 50 to 60 million. Okay. The key was just everything. It was putting the whole puzzle together before the bell even rang. And I want you to see the stock, how it worked out. It was perfection. Okay. So here is the call, RLMD, right? And here's the previous close. And remember now, this had hardly any volume the previous day. I mean, look, it had nothing. I mean, look on the 5-day chart. They don't even trade the stock. Well, I mean, look at that. Trades maybe 2,000 shares a day, but not today. And that even made it more challenging to come out with perfection on the call. And that's what I did. So here is pre-market. Here are my notes. And I said the stock would run from about 28, 29, and it would go to 35. It literally double topped at 36. From 36, it slammed all the way down. There's the 22 right there, right? It came actually down to 18. But what did I say? It should grind out most of the day between 22 and 25. And here's 26 right here. See, it pretty much averaged almost the whole way what I was saying. Watch now, in a couple days, the offering will come and the price will be probably around 20 to 22 a share, probably about 2 to 3 million shares. This is the epitome of one of the greatest calls that I've done. And I've done a lot. I've done thousands and thousands of calls. But this was challenging for me as a trader. But I saw it. What made it so beautiful for me is I saw it clear as day. The minute I read the news, from the moment I looked at the chart, to when I wrote it down on paper, to I presented it to the chat room, it was a pleasure to give it to everyone and say, this is what I was going to do. And this is why I will never fucking work for free. Ever. So don't ever come at me and say, I wish you had a free day so I could see what you do. This one trade alone could have paid your fucking mortgage. So no, I won't work for free. Ever. I don't do free days. Ever. I won't do a test run. Ever. Okay? I'm not a newbie. Been around 6 years. We are now going on 7 years. Hence AJ Trader 7. Boom. I already knew before I even do it, right? So today was a phenomenal day. We kicked ass. This room was just on fire. A lot of winners today. Some people lost. It happens. That's what we work on. Keep the losses down. Keep the education there. And always, always, always make sure that we answer every question to every trader, no matter if they're new or they're a pro. We want everyone to succeed in Awesome Calls. It's one of the great. This is the greatest chat room in the world. Over 6 years, as of yesterday, and now we're going on our 7th year. 15 chat rooms have come from our room. More use as our services, probably more than any other room out there. We are it. And all for $6.75 a day. All right. So I want to thank you for joining us on our webinar, and I will see you tomorrow, and we can do it all over again. All right. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.